Oh, there you sir. I don't know if you can see the or hear rather the goddamn this thing. What is this goddamn thing? Yo, I don't know if you can hear me, dear user. And I'm testing like the audio as usual. It's like always like one thing or the next, right? So I wanted to finish off what I was saying. I don't know, like this is not normal. There's people here, but I need to say these things, right? And if you're gonna listen to them, you're gonna listen to them, right? If you don't listen to them, then that's on you and that's on me, and it is what it is, right? For many years, I asked myself a question, which is a question that people ask, people who do these things: is art for myself, if I am indeed an artist? Is art for the viewer, this person, the audience? Like I call like you guys users sometimes, right? Because I come from like software, right? Is it for the user, like, and you're obviously consuming this content, right? And in a sense you're a user. I like that term. I don't know, it's kind of weird, it's kind of silly, but it's also appropriate and accurate. Guys, is art for the art? Is it for the audience? Is it for the artist? It's for all of them and it's for none of them. Like it's for all of them. It's the audience comes last, is my humble fucking take on this thing. It has to be for the artist because this guy's doing this thing. The art in itself, it should be worth it. There's a movie like I mentioned from time to time. Now that I brought this thing up, yo, Frida Kahlo, Mexican painter, right? So the movie's called Frida, and it's like this lady, Salma Hayek. So Salma Hayek, she's Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo, what was said about her paintings? Someone said something like this: that her paintings remind you that each of us is trapped in more or less something like this, a lonely and intense existence, something like this, if not outright suffering. Yo, she suffered mightily, like many great artists, if not all of these guys. Like Van Gogh, like fuck, yo, this guy didn't eat for like 6 months at a time, hot food. His teeth were falling out of his face by the time he died. Abject poverty. Yo, if you're interested there, you can go to YouTube. You're here right now, so fuck. Nuke this shit, yo. Don't even watch the rest of this crap. Just go, like me. Don't just go. I'm telling you what. Go to the search bar right now and type in Dear Theo Van Gogh, Van Gogh, whatever. Gogh, Golf October Golf Hotel, right? Yo, Dear Theo. It made me cry. Okay, it made me fucking cry. This guy Van Gogh, like, you know, he basically was subsidized or supported by his brother. Okay, Van Gogh, yo, he wrote all these letters to his brother Theo, explaining what he was up to more or less, and staying in touch. And his brother would send him a monthly stipend for paints and all this kind of shit. This fucking guy, his dream in life, Van Gogh. It's so fucking tragic from an artist perspective. I can't even talk about it. It's so much because I'm there right now. Millions of people are there. People with a dream, people who want to do something like something else, like other than drive a forklift or some fucking thing like this. Anyway, I want to talk about sales. Oh, Van Gogh, his dream in life was to sell a painting, a couple of paintings here and there, so that he can afford his own paints and all this kind of shit. Can you believe this thing? He started off like working for like they're from like he was Dutch, right? Like Holland, I think that is Holland, right? Dutch, like like not Netherlands. I don't know if this fucking thing is with like these Europeans and they got all these names, and I'm like kind of bent out of shape about Dutch people in any case because I had a gnarly client. Inco Business Group, like they're the biggest. What is this thing? What did they do? I might as well tell you. Fuck. I don't know if you can hear any of this, users. I'm just gonna go and land. YouTube's not letting me upload goddamn long content right now on the channel because yo, I haven't got enough users or whatever on this fucking channel. And I'm locked out of my main account, and there are actually people out there, like on Fiverr.com with 2 hours, like who literally make a living, among other things, like helping people unlock their damn Google accounts. It's the most retarded thing. Okay, so 2020 COVID happened. If you've been following this, I don't know how much you followed, but like, I went to Vancouver, dear user. I went to Vancouver from Calgary, and then ended up here in Toronto. And I've had like a couple of phones, and this is like my third Chromebook now, and all this kind of shit because stuff gets stolen, or you give it away, or you're just an idiot. And I got baked the other day. Baked. Weed. It's not good for everyone. I'm like bipolar, and it fucks with my brain, and I have to stop smoking, and I don't know what to do. I'm like basically like that guy. No one can help me. I don't know what the fuck to do. I simply cannot reconcile myself with the fact that weed is bad. I like, it's such a nice thing, and it's so perfect, and it does so much. Like hemp is called a miracle drug. It cures shit. Like it produces more energy than oil. This kind of thing. Like a hectare or an acre of hemp like produces more energy than barrels of oil and all this kind of shit. No, and now like weed is free, right? Not free. Well, it is free because you can go walk around downtown and find it, and you just need rolling paper, right? And I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke tobacco, right? Like the fucking cigar, like any goddamn cigar, like usually like the cheaper ones, because like the more expensive ones are very strong. And people are like, oh, my, this and that. Like someone will come up to me and be like, yo, can I get a cigarette? And like maybe one guy in years has ever taken me up on, yeah, I'll roll you one, or do you want to roll one? And it's like, they don't taste like shit. They don't make you cough. Your throat doesn't sting. And I can guarantee you don't get fucking cancer. If you've heard any of my singing, like my voice, I can slay dragons with my fucking voice. I've been smoking like this shit for like ever, right? Because it's natural. These fucking fuckers at Philip Morris, they got their cowboy boots on, right? And they're sitting in their boardroom. They smoke cigarettes. I don't understand how you make a living of killing people. McDonald's does the same shit. I realize, and it's taking me some time to realize that that's what big business does, right? I'm deciding, dear user, to get back into software. I was gonna talk about sales and marketing. I don't know if you watch this stuff on marketing and sales and stuff I've been talking about. Like, the takeaway is this: at the end of the day, I might as well say I tweeted this, and I realized that this is the right way to say it. In an ideal world, if you have correct marketing, you don't need sales, and if you have correct branding, you don't need fucking marketing. You don't. Like, there's companies that do really well with no ads because their brand is solid. And marketing, if you have a website, like people go to tesla.com and buy freaking cars, like this kind of thing. Nobody likes being sold to, dear user. Everybody likes buying. We're addicted to buying. This is very interesting. I don't know why this is. There must be some reason. I'm sure you could look it up. We're addicted to buying. Okay? Very quickly, you should not let things or anything or anyone, I suppose, unless it's something holy or very special, inform your identity. Do you understand what I'm saying, dear user? This is Dollarama, right? This is my wife. This is my wife, and she was bothered that I took it. I don't even know, like half of my shit, I don't even know where it comes from. I buy stuff, and then I find stuff, or people give me stuff, or like, I don't even know. Like, it's like Toronto or something. Like, I don't really do regular shopping like a lot of people. I mean, I do, but I don't know what to tell you. Like, buying stuff is great. Like, I buy stuff online, people buy stuff online. This is another reason that you should get online. Yo, I'm gonna totally fucking ditch what I was trying to do. I'm like going around in circles. The reason is because I wanted to continue this goddamn stuff, like these series of talks, like next to this dam, Clairville Dam. If you're into sales and marketing, and you should think about these things because they're very important, sales and marketing. You might want to look these things up and check them out. Sales is single, marketing is multiple. This is simple shit. This is stuff I've come up with. No, I don't know if people talk about it. I had like this amazing like blog with hundreds of articles, or like 120, or like over 100, this kind of fucking thing. And like I was creating content, and it was doing good. It pumped out like $500 one month with Google Ads. I was telling these people on the bus. I give random lectures sometimes, and I was like, yo, fuck. My thing right now is I'm telling everyone, among other things, get online and sell something. Get online and sell something. I'm going to try and hone this thing together, and tell you, as well as these efforts, some of whom may be listening, yo, how easy it is and why you should do it, and how stupid it is that you live in the age of the internet and you're wasting your fucking time and brain cells on porn, worrying about Facebook likes, and whatever the fuck else you're doing, and not trading or blogging or doing some goddamn thing. I'm gonna try and formalize this right now and go through this shit with you, and I'm gonna tell you how you can make some money today. Like, so how's that for like an intro? That's like 10 minutes, eh? This is total shit, like total shit. I mean, this is nothing like this is nothing more than a sound check per user. Okay, so now sales is single. Okay, let's just put it like this: you don't need fucking sales if you have an informed buyer. If a guy knows what's what, he doesn't need some fucking guy telling him what's what. Sales is silence. I used to say it's service, then I said it's smiles, then I said it's silence. It may be something else. I don't see how it could be anything else other than silence, because you shut up and the fucking customer is going to tell you what's wrong and what's right and what he wants, and that's how it's done. And you remove yourself from this process. You're like a necessary evil, right? It's like I was working at Oracle, like this, the software company. I mean, it's the largest, for what it's worth, business software company in the world, apparently. I guess HP does a lot of fucking like hardware, right? So biggest software company in the world. Like Larry Allison, Uncle Larry, he's longest serving CEO. He's not small beans. He's a big fucking deal in Silicon Valley, right? And uh, in general, like he's not that famous, but everyone knows this guy and he's amazing. He was best friends and stuff with Steve Jobs, and like he's just some fucking guy. He's like amazing. He's like one of these guys that there's a line in the Quran. God blesses or provides or gives. It's hard to translate some of this stuff and kind of convey the a simple idea, like because the words are not there. It's not complicated, but risk, like the word risk, like mutual funds and all this shit, and you're taking a risk, right? Yo, the bigger the risk, the more the reward. This kind of fucking thing. That word in Arabic, more or less, with a Q, RISQ, it means income, more or less. It could be food, it could be contentment, it could be anything that's a blessing, like that you receive income. It usually applies to income. Like my mom raised me saying, among other things, don't ever mess with someone's job because that's from God. Like I've been thrown under the bus so many fucking times. Like I got a not bought, but I got this thing. Like I don't know if I shrunk you this thing, dear user. I got it right here. Um, I'm proud of it. I'm happy and I'm proud, and I think I did the right thing. In fact, I did. It was a great experience. Yo, like doing your own thing is very tricky, and I warn you again. I caution you against the day that you have all the time and money in the world and can do what you like. And I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of shit. It's like fuck. My wife is like an Energizer bunny. Right now, she's in Bogota, como su familia. Her elder brother lives in Miami, and he's having a major birthday, right? Like, so he's like, it's one of the zeros. I'm not gonna say which one, right? Because like fuck, like God forbid, like my wife gets wind of this thing and it comes back to her and reflects on her age, and she's been 27 for like 20 fucking years right now. This kind of thing. Anyway, so her brother said what he wants is all of his brothers and sisters to come together. Like in 2018, my elder brother lives in Dubai, right? My sister lives in Zurich. Younger brother and parents live in Calgary, and we immigrated to Calgary. So I used to live in Calgary. No, after 18 years, we all got together in like 2018. So it was kind of cool. Now, on the other hand, these people, they're like 11 of them or something like, and unfortunately, you know, God save us all from accidents. Eh? Two of them died. Not one, but two of her brothers died. One in an accident, and one I'm not sure how. But something like this, right? They're a huge family. Anyway, they are so fucking tight, yo. They got a WhatsApp group. I encourage you to get a WhatsApp group. I encourage you to think about your family in a good way, guys. I'm a Muslim. In Islam, yo, fucking family is like, yo, it's sacro fucking sanct. Yo, people say things like, well, God gave you your family, but you get to choose your friends, or something like this. Or let's put it this way: like you don't get to choose your family, but you get to choose your friends. And so friends are better than family. Yo, fuck, a dog is better than people. What do you think about that? Right? I don't think anyone's gonna argue with that. Like I'm like Apache, right? And I'll tell you, like we say sometimes, especially when you come here new, like fuck, these people treat their dogs better than goddamn kids. And now I understand why. My wife and I haven't been blessed with children, and now we realize, or I think at least, it's not the way it used to be. This world, according to people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and Richard Branson and Ray Kurzweil and many fucking people who have like basically like the credence, not this guy just sitting here rambling. Right? Elon Musk thinks that he's worried about machines becoming sentient. This seems laughable. It seems like what the fuck, but sentient. So in 2050, fuck, So in 2050, nanotechnology is going to be so small and like based on Moore's law, right? So back in the 60s, this guy came up with this thing, and it's a rule as such for tech, for in the tech world, in the tech industry, like Steve Jobs and Oracle and Computer Associates. I worked at Computer Associates too. I don't know if I mentioned this or if it's even relevant. I'm thinking of getting back into software. Fuck. I realize now that I don't hate corporations. I just hate big business. There's plenty of great companies out there. Big business, like on principle, I think is just shit. You need to say to yourself, big business is shit. Why? Well, fucking McDonald's is killing our kids and everybody with sugar. Sugar kills more people than cocaine, right? You know this, right, dear user? It's shit. They're killing us. They're fucking killing us, and it's like typical corporate bullshit. Bullshit. They have a brand which is kid friendly, and it's the total fucking opposite. You got Marlboro. You got this guy on a horse, and he's riding around like chasing, like fucking, like whatever the fuck he's doing on his horse. They stopped him doing these ads. Thank God. In the states, they coughed up the big tobacco. They coughed up 600 million or some shit, $1 billion, billion. I think they're doing something. I believe they're doing something similar in Canada. Like some people still say, like cigarettes are not unhealthy. There's no science behind it. It's total shit. You watch this movie, Thank You for Smoking. The guy who played like Aaron something, like he played like fucking Two-Face in the Batman. The guy plays this lobbyist. Thank You for Smoking. He plays a lobbyist, like lobbyists, and big business is such shit. And by the way, democracy is a fucking failed system because it basically it relies on big business. Big business is something like this. There's like, I don't know exactly how many, like maybe 200 senators, 200 congressmen, like on the Hill or some fucking thing. I don't even know what the deal is with these guys, like which is what and who's where. Okay, but there's senators and congressmen. Canadian senators, like it's a different conception. We don't have congressmen. Yo, on Capitol Hill, there's two lobbyists for every fucking senator and congressman. This kind of thing. This is a slight little hint of what the fuck's going on. Okay, I might as well tell you the fucking mob put JFK in power. I wrote a blog about this, and people think I'm an insane person. JFK's dad was a goddamn bootlegger, guys. I'm gonna tell you. I think I should just say this fucking thing. It's history. It's not even like conjecture. People are like, "What happened to Jimmy Hoffa's body, man?" You're stupid. Is what fucking happened. It's called a piece of work. There are guys out there like you can look this guy up. I don't know how to spell his name, and I don't suggest you do. You can do this. You're on YouTube right now. Again, dear user, just go to this fucking search box. Type in Iceman. Richard Iceman. His name is Kuklinski. He's a fucking psychopath beyond anything that you might have ever considered in your fucking life. And there's more of them, I'm finding out. Ted Bundy, who called himself the fucking PhD of serial killers, self-professed. Ted Bundy killed like 30 people. Horrible and tragic. This guy, Richard Kuklinski, Kuklinski. I don't fucking know how to spell it, guys. Like, it's with a K or a CH, some fucking thing. If you type in Richard and then you type in the Iceman, type in like Mafia or some fucking thing. This guy, like, I'm convinced that the guy who wrote American Psycho, his name is like Ellis Easton or some shit. Ellis is in there. I'm gonna remind myself. He's a cool guy. Like, it's a cool book. It's a very fucking intense book. It's like perhaps the only book I simply couldn't read. It's so fucking horrific. It's so fucking horrific. It's so intense. It's a very intense fucking book. I just want to tell you, like, I couldn't finish this fucking thing. Like, A Clockwork Orange, we watched in college, and I got out. I left in the middle of it, and then of course came back, and it became our favorite movie. This book, I can guarantee it's based on this fucking guy, Richard Kuklinski. Richard Kuklinski. Go to YouTube. He's still alive. I believe he's still alive. He was alive until recently. I don't know what to say. Like, this guy, he's like 6 foot something. He's like Uncle Tom. Like Uncle Tom. Like he's like this nice, unclely, like fatherly kind of figure. And he's got this self-depreciating kind of manner. And he smiles and he laughs, and you'll just be horrified to know that this guy was like American Psycho. Yo, this guy used to like torture people to death in a sense. Like, now, here's the thing. I'll give you a little tip about the mob. And by the way, JFK, I blogged about this fucking thing. I'm gonna put a link here in the video. JFK's dad was a bootlegger. Okay, this is facts. Watch gangs in New York, Tammany Hall. These fucking people, these guys, like these guys. Okay, I'm saying these fucking people. I mean, this thing, like okay, so gangsters, fucking gangsters. They control like the mafia, the fucking mafia. I'm saying these fucking people. I try to show respect, right? I shouldn't say things like this. This is history now. Like, JFK was put in power by these guys. These guys, it is said, Meyer Lansky said one time, he said, we're bigger than U.S. Steel. He was sitting in his living room with his wife watching TV, and he was caught on a bug. They were talking about how the mafia is like comparable to U.S. Steel on TV or some fucking thing. And he said this famous line, we're bigger than U.S. Steel. They were in the heydays, from like the 40s, 50s to the 60s, and even, like, way longer than that, frankly. Like, there's 30 years that Joe Bonanno ran the fucking thing. Like, he was the unofficial capo di la tutti capi. Like, this guy who basically fucking is the final word. The commission, there's a 5-family commission. Okay, so you had the prohibition. Guys like JFK Sr., go look it up. He was a bootlegger. Guys like Joe Bonanno, Lucky Luciano, Bugsy Stills, like fucking Vito Genovese, these kinds of people. Guys, there are bad fucking hoodlums, bad fucking gangsters. I'm just gonna straighten this fucking thing out, okay? I'm gonna just tell you what the conception is. You'll be like, yo, why are people killing each other or killing other people, and they rob, and how can they justify this thing? I'll tell you exactly how. They don't. Extortion is you basically you shake down a fucking, okay, if you extort someone, it's not meant to be a normal person or like an honest person. You're meant to fucking extort. Like, in the mafia, you shouldn't be involved in drugs, like drug deals. Like, most of these families did. Like, the Gambinos did, the Boranos did, as much as they claim to this day. In Joe Bonanno's book, he swears about it, or he talks about it, no drugs, and he hates this shit and that shit. Fuck that shit. It's all crap. I'm telling you what, like, the Bonanos and then these fucking guys, the Gambinos for sure were neck deep in the shit, if not everyone else. The only people that were like really like fucking strict about this thing were the Genovese, more or less during the time of Chingigante. Anyway, I'm rambling. People are laughing. I get the feeling sometimes that people are laughing at me, and I feel it's stupid to begin with. And this fucking thing may not be recording everything. It's a long video. I have a problem because, like, I logged out of my original account there, user. I put something on Vimeo and it's like disappeared. I don't know what the fuck's going on or what I should be doing. I don't want to chop this. It'd be stupid to chop something into, like, it might be as little as 10 minutes. Like, oh God. Like, so now this thing is 24 minutes long, dear user. Like, back in the day, if you go to, again, my main channel, youtube.com /ZaidiBoy ZaidiBoy. I talk about Carlos Castaneda, the father of the New Age, and like spiritual warriorship. I got thousands of views on some of these videos. I got a bunch of videos with like quite a few views in my world, right? Comments and cool shit. So if any of this stuff is interesting, I dare say, like, you can find way more of it, like, at ZaidiBoy, right? This video is long, and so I'm facing a problem. I need to figure out what to do with this goddamn thing. So, I think it's like, so yeah, I might as well just add at this point. I'm going to say stuff about blogging and blogging. I was going to try and instruct some of these people. Everyone on this fucking bus can make money online. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're fucking stupid if you think it's all a joke and a scam. People, I'll tell you what, like exactly what Gary Vaynerchuk says. He says if someone who looks like you succeeds, you can succeed. Guys, you can sell. Okay, how about this? Go to Dollarama, buy some shit, and sell it on eBay. If you make a profit, you lose your fucking mind, and then you can automate it, and you can get rich. People make 10, 20, 30 bucks, to $30,000 a month. Guys, I'm serious. Every one of you, there's someone like you online who's making money. You can do it. Thanks for the ride. Yeah. Be nice to people, all right? You guys are not nice to people. So there we have it. I just wanted to get away, like. I just wanted to get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I live with roommates right now, and sometimes you're like, fuck, I just need to get the fuck out. So this is Don Mill Station, eh? So I don't know if that means anything to you. There you go, for what it's worth. I just told the bus driver that he should be nice to people. I have a lot of problems with these fucking guys, like the TTC. Dear user. And I've been to jail over this shit. I shouted at one of these fucking guys. or spoke kind of like emphatically to this fucking guy, and he told the cops I spat at him. I went to fucking jail over this shit. So fuck these guys. This guy is amazing, eh? Yo, I thought you were at Spadino. Where is this place? Binge. Don't have money. I don't carry money. Sorry, bro. I'm trying to remember. It's not gonna happen, I don't think, but I'll try because I usually give it away if I have money. Nice job, bro. Thank you. All right, so I was telling these people, I say this thing like I get baked. I'm bipolar. I shouldn't smoke weed. I'm trying to stop. I'm just like accepting this thing. It's like people are like, yo, I'm going to like just be open about my mental illness or whatever. I don't like that term. Like some guy says to me, if you think you have a mental illness, you do, right? So. But weed's not for everyone. This is the thing. I dare say, if you don't want to smoke it or you don't like it or you've tried it, you could probably get something out of it. This is my suspicion. There's stages. You are paranoid. Some people say you go through a stage of paranoia. What happens is it's an accelerator. It's something like an accelerator. Okay, it doesn't burn you. It burns you out, average person. Okay, so now your appetite, you get hungry, your sexual appetite increases, you're hungrier, your body like basically burns out. You burn out. It may be because most people are fit, unfit. Even though they may look like slim and trim, they got no stamina and they're like just weaklings basically, right? And so what are you going to do? What the fuck are you going to do? It's all true. Like most of these fucking people like really can't puff it like as such. Like if they had to carry like a 50-pound backpack and like march, they'd be like, fuck this shit. This shit, that shit, worse than those little Limp Biscuit bastards. All right, so now lots of things to tie up, dear user. So the weed is not good for everyone. I don't mind saying I'm bipolar because everyone's fucking bipolar and everyone's depressed and everyone gets crazy sometimes. Everyone thinks they're crazy. I believe this to be the case. Apparently everyone has started murdering someone seriously. Like that's what they say. These people who say these things, like scientists or like people who put these things out, or they study, like people do all kinds of weird studies. Like it's weird, like what the kinds of things they do. For example, one of my favorites. People can tell when you're looking at them. People get hostile when you're looking at them. That's a side note. Yo, they sat a guy down, dear user. They gave this guy a clipboard. They gave this fucking guy a pen. They sat him down. This is what they said to him. They said, it's incredible, but it's true. And it's not even that incredible. I mean, if you think about the thing. They said to the guy, just check the box when you feel like someone's staring at you. This is how compelling this whole fucking thing is. So the guy did this, and there was a correlation, and of course they have controls and tests and variances and all kinds of bullshit. They make sure that the stuff is good, that it's not just a fluke. But you don't even need to look this thing up. Now that we're talking about this, you're walking down the street, you turn and look, and someone's looking. You look up, like you just automatically look up, and there's the window, and someone's looking down at the window from the window at you. If you've not thought this to be strange or paid attention to this fucking thing happening, it may have happened to you this last month. You get on a goddamn bus and you turn and look, and someone's looking. What the fuck is this? And people still say there's no paranormal, there's no supernatural, there's nothing but matter. This is stupid shit. This is psychic energy. There's no two ways about it. There's no two fucking ways about it. And if nothing else, people can tell you're looking and people get hostile. So just like I'm one of these people that people stare at. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm an asshole, I suppose, or I'm ugly or some shit. And I don't like it at all. And it's like I get the feeling that people think I'm an idiot and I'm brown. It's like you dehumanize the guy, right? You like you basically like you think he's brown, and like if I'm sitting there reading or some fucking thing, or if I'm not baked or bipolar, I'm just like my normal like silent self. Yo, I don't like this shit. Like when I'm not my normal self, I don't even pay attention to it. But when I'm baked and bipolar and like right now, like slightly kind of like energized and this kind of crap, I I get into fucking fights like you can't believe. I like get hostile. I'm like I can't take it. I'll be like, stop looking at me. I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you. And it's not a threat. It's like it's a deal. Like I don't like you looking at me. If you look at me and continue to, I'm gonna get in your face more or less. I suppose it's illegal. Now that I think about it, like I suppose if someone were to ask a police officer, they'd be like, "You're stupid, and you're definitely going for a walk with us because you need meds or some fucking thing." Yo, looking at someone's not illegal, right? Or is it? Like this is another problem. I need to talk to my lawyer so bad, and she doesn't return my calls, and she doesn't pick up. Well, I mean, she's very nice, and she offers like last time she offered to schedule some fucking thing, and of course she didn't show up. That's another one of my like banes, the banes of my existence, right? People look at me, woe is me, right? Yo, and then fucking people don't keep their appointments with me. I don't know what it is. It pisses me the fuck off. Like if you're like 2 or 3 minutes late and it's a professional appointment, if you're like late, if you're not early, like then you don't understand what the fuck the time is and what's going on in this world. Anyway, I'm rambling. I wanted to tell you about making money online, fuckers. I've been giving people this speech. It's one of my many speeches. Gary Vee says the following. He says, go to Dollarama, get a bunch of stuff, sell it on eBay and or Amazon. There you go. There you go. Go to Dollarama, get a bunch of nice shit. You need a nice fucking phone. Your nice phone, I'm sure you have a nice phone, right, user? Like, everyone's proud of their fucking phone. Let me show you my phone. You may have seen my phone. It's total shit, and I love it.
Next station is
I may have lost it because I'm like losing shit right now. Yo, this fucking thing, I've dropped it so many times. It's so slow and all this kind of crap. And I do the kinds of things with this that a fucking guy with an iPhone, it's like this scene in, the guy with an iPhone has a nice fucking phone. It's like me and my bike. I have more fun on my bike than like a person in a car can even fathom. My wife drives. I don't have a problem with driving per se. I do have a problem with cars. Cars are shit. In places like I believe Singapore, London for sure, like in some cities, many cities, there are restrictions on fucking cars. Like in Colombia right now, my wife's there. Like Bogotá. I don't know if I told you this, and you know this, I'm sure. I'm just getting back into this thing, by the way, dear user. Like, fuck. Again, my main channel is ZaidiBoy, youtube.com/ZaidiBoy. ZAIDI is my last name, Zaidi. It's a common Paki name, Pakistani. Boy, ZaidiBoy. It's something my fucking friend used to call me, making fun of me. And it kind of stuck, right? So, ZaidiBoy, right? So, the facebook.com/ZaidiBoy. YouTube.com. Like, again, if you're interested in this shit, and if it's appealing to you, like I'm looking for people like my tribe. Okay, so this is a great segue into like making money in life. There's 10,000 people that are more or less identical to you out there. That may just be a talking point. There is a book by Seth Godin. He's more or less a god in the world of marketing. This fucking guy, among other things, you go to something like, I don't know the URL. I won't even pretend, but it's some obscure like URL. It's really weird. He's got a blog. He's been blogging every single day. It's like 8,000 right now. Some fucking thing. His blog is amazing. Like amazing in the sense of, I don't read the thing. Don't get me wrong. I don't read it at all. I may not have even read any of his books. Uh, I come from like software, right? Like corporate fucking shit, right? Like the real deal in terms of corporate marketing is shit, frankly. University marketing is pre-shit, total fucking shit, is what it all adds up to. They won't teach you how to sell something. They won't teach you about creating an offer. They won't teach you about a fucking incentive. They won't teach you shit. An internet marketer with a sales landing page, a fucking sales landing page, yo, this guy will shoot you a Facebook ad. You're interested in green elephants or pink turtles or some fucking nonsense. Facebook has so much data on you. They monitor where your mouse is hovering on the goddamn screen. Mark Zuckerberg won because of the data. He understood intuitively as a computer scientist, it's all about the fucking data. And they have scads of data for years. It would seem like almost like 5 to 10 years. People were like, oh, Facebook's not making goddamn money. Facebook's not making money. Like, yo, they're making plenty of fucking money right now. I used to run Facebook ads. I mean, I've done all kinds of stuff. I'm that guy who's done pretty much everything in terms of making money online. And I found what I like. I'm a consultant, more or less. I do different things, but I do like working with people. I might as well say I'm trying different things all the time. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just going to tell you, like, you may say to yourself, why should I listen to this guy? He's not like, I'm not doing 40 grand on Amazon or eBay or like fucking 20 grand a month of ClickBank and shit like this. I'm going to try. This is a long fucking video. I don't know what the fuck you're going to get out of this thing. I used to make these things, and sometimes people watch them, and sometimes they get shit from them. And I say to myself, or I used to say, and it seems valid, like, what if some fucking kid in 2052 finds this fucking thing, and he's like, wow, this is the shit, right? This is another cool thing about like this thing, like the internet. It's amazing. You don't need a job. You don't need a fucking plan. You don't need shit. You don't need an invention. You don't need an idea. You don't need an office. You don't even need a fucking wife. You don't need food. You don't need a place to stay. You got Airbnb. You got DoorDash. You got mail order flights. For some obscure reason, like YouTube or one of these evil fuckers at Google, I wanted to talk about how shitty they are. They're fucked. They're evil. Like they used to give you free storage. Like when you sign up for Gmail, it's like the little data farm, like 261,000 terabytes or some fucking nonsense. It's like this seemingly impossibly large set of numbers and this amount of data and memories. And they say something like this. It's silly and wasteful now that I think about it, or just the wrong approach in general, or maybe not. I don't know. Google is Google after all. I'm just some guy, right, with a Colombiana hat, Colombia. So now, yo, they used to give you free fucking everything. Right now, like, they've lost their way. I believe that they lost their way when Steve Jobs died. Rest in peace. Steve Jobs was a mentor to Larry Brin and Sergey, like Larry Page and Sergey Brin at Google, and they had fucked him over like everyone else, like with their goddamn like thing, like fucking iPad. Like the Samsung is literally, yo. When they had a case against Samsung, the judge basically at one point, like just as a talking point, it wasn't part of like the case didn't hinge on this by any stretch, or like it wasn't like that. Yo, the fucking iPad and the Apple like the Apple iPad and the Samsung tablet back in the day, they were identical, more or less. So these guys basically ripped this guy off. I mean, that's business, I suppose. So now, making money online, you can do it. You should tell your kids about it. It's noisy. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'll continue this. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I wanted to talk about sales. All you need to do is just try. Don't don't buy fucking courses, expensive courses. 99% of what you need is 99% of what you need is free on YouTube. If that thing is for you, you will need to join some kind of program because you want to hang out with people and you want to learn, and you can only learn from people. But ultimately, I believe this to be the case. Guys, there was a girl, there was a girl, there was a lady, a lady. There was a lady, this lady, she got pregnant. This pregnant lady, she got time off of work. This pregnant lady got time off of work. Yo, she was the bomb. She was a hustler. Yo, she was like the real fucking deal. She wasn't lazy. She wasn't an idiot like most of us. She wanted to do something. She thought she would do something new. She decided to start blogging, fuckers. She said this. This is what she came up with, and it worked. You can do the fucking same thing, dear user. Yo, stop harassing that man, yo. Come on, guys. I hear EMS is really stressed out nowadays, eh? Maybe it's karma because you fucking people like give people a hard time. I'm joking. Relax, fuck. Read this thing, Bringing Out the Dead, eh? This fucking book, eh? I feel for you. Hello? Yo, are they messing with you guys? Just give me a holler, yo. Huh, he's good, I know. I can see. Just in case, though. All right, so now this lady says to herself, I'm going to cook something new or try and cook something new every day, like with recipes and this shit. This shit, that shit, worse than those little Limp Bizkit bastards. Right! And Moby, you don't even know me, so blow me, you 40-year-old washed up fag. I don't know if he says fag like that. Yo, that's a hateful word in the city of love. Canadians are like so nice and considerate. You say something like bad, they don't like that shit at all, eh? Too fucking bad. Anyway, I don't mean anything by it. My brother-in-law is homosexual. One of my first bosses, like, who hired me into like the software world, was homosexual. I love the guy. Like, I love my brother-in-law. I have no fucking problem with like whatever the fuck someone wants to do. I might as well tell you though. I'm gonna go back inside. It's noisy. Smile, fuckers. This is the best city and the best place and time in the fucking universe. All this shit. You got it so good. You live like gods, compared to people a couple hundred years ago. And you're still depressed. I'm from Pakistan. People are getting killed and smashed out there. We're about to be invaded by India. People are like, like they're overturning fucking cars and smashing like shop windows in France and Germany kind of thing. Greece is bankrupt. You guys have it good. Remember this. You won't appreciate it though until you leave and come back or some fucking thing, or lose it. Anyway, I feel compelled to tell these fucking people this thing sometimes. People in general, right? Once again, don't think weed is all good and for everybody. I might as well say I think I'm happy with this thing, this explanation, this way of looking at this thing or talking about it. I'm bipolar. Okay, I know that I've thought it through that over years, obviously, covered easily. Yo, I'm bipolar. I don't mind saying that because I'm writing a book. Everyone's bipolar, among other things about like how these fuckers at Big Pharma are like fucking the worst kinds of like I'm swearing like a sailor. This is horrible, and like I don't know what to say about this, dear user. Like it's this whole thing again, smoking weed, and it's like done my what is it? Twisted my fucking wig or lid, like they say, and it's not for everyone. Uh, I was perfectly fine until I took this fucking stuff. Lithium. Song by Nirvana. I'm so happy because today I found my friends. I mentioned this thing to a lady at this song, or I don't know what the fuck it was. I was in jail, of course, you know this. I think I mentioned this on this video. I don't even know if I did, frankly. But I was in jail, and I did get taken from jail to like CAMH, the Center for Addictions and Mental Health. Now, I wrote Pills Kill.
I'm fucked. I'm not an easy person to get along with if I don't want to comply. Uh, but they basically had like a bunch of security guards, and they forcibly injected me with stuff. This fucking stuff. It's called Abilify. Typical bullshit. Like it's the opposite of what it like. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like McDonald's is killing your children with sugar. Do you understand this fucking thing? All of us, and especially the kids. And of course, their branding is kid friendly. This fucking guy on a horse with a lasso, like Marlboro, it's typical corporate shit. I like to say, just for credence, that I used to work for people like this. I used to work for Fortune 500s. I actually worked for nice companies, like they weren't genocidal maniacs at least. Software companies like Oracle and Computer Associates. The worst thing about that, the worst thing that can be said about a company like that is, yes, they are totally. We are. I'm a sales guy, and I'm the same fucking way. Of course, it's about fucking money and deals and all this shit. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what are we here for? Yo, and especially nowadays. Nowadays, uh, yo, like any two fucking products are almost the same. Like any company has very fucking few companies have you don't need it, by the way. Don't worry about that thing. You don't have a USP, a unique selling proposition anymore, or a differentiator, some fucking thing that you do which is so unique and so amazing and so singular that nobody like you. It's not like Tesla. I mean, and yeah, people are like making electric cars and stuff like that. Like I was watching another documentary about this guy Elon Musk and this fucking car and the spaceships, and like he's amazing. He's something else, right? You know, Steve Jobs used to create industries in his stride. I like to say, this fucking guy. Like if you're in tech and in software, like your dream might be one day to work on part of a team that does something like Street View or Google Maps or some fucking thing like this, or LinkedIn or Facebook or some fucking thing. Yo, if you're lucky, one day you could say that I was part of a project. This fucking guy, yo, desktop publishing, Windows. He actually, you know the story. I might as well tell you very quickly. Like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates stole, not stole. They just asked and took this fucking thing from like Xerox Labs. These guys at Xerox Labs invited them down. I don't know why. Like these guys were legend back in the day. Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. They were like, yo, there was a bunch of tech CEOs, right? And they were like celebrities. Like the computers were coming of age, and like all this stuff was going on. And it's like, yo, the guy at Lotus Notes and a lot of these guys, right? They were like celebrities, like famous fucking players. Now, Xerox Labs says to these guys, you guys might want to come down here and check. I don't know why the fuck they do this. Like, are they showing off? Are they stupid? They are. History shows that you might like say they're stupid, like in a sense, because they missed the boat. Of course, they go around there like to Xerox Labs, and they've got this graphical user interface GUI. They had invented this fucking thing, like a window with a mouse, very rudimentary, like this GUI and a mouse. And Steve is looking at Bill, and Bill's looking at Steve, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then they confer or whatever, and then they say to these guys, they're good guys, they're not evil or anything like this. They're like, "Listen, man, you sure you want to do this fucking thing? Like, we can take this idea and like market this thing. Like, what's the deal? Why aren't you going to market this thing? Like, it's like almost like it's too good to be true. Like, maybe these guys will sue us after the fact." These guys at Xerox, they're like, "Nah." It's like the guy at IBM, like one of the early guys. He said famously, like IBM is amazing, by the way. Don't get me wrong. Google is shit right now in my eyes. Apple has gone downhill. There's actually a book called Evil Empire about fucking Apple right now. Steve Jobs is the man. Apple right now, like all your iPhones, dear user, they're built by a company called Foxconn. I know I'm rambling, and that's on me, and you watching this is on you. So don't comment and say you're going around in circles, because that's not polite. I will be nice. I'll try and be civil. I'm not mean. I would appreciate some comments. By the way, I got a lot to talk about. If you have any fucking questions about any of this shit, okay, sales and marketing, okay, and whatever else I've talked about. I wanted to make a video on sales and marketing. This fucking thing has gone like into a different like category of videos. It's long and it's like very interesting but very stupid, and I can't upload it on YouTube right now, as I mentioned. I think, dear user, because these fuckers, these evil fuckers, They've changed the rules, of course. It used to be free storage, and now it's like fuck you, and it's like all these ads that are total shit, and you got to spend like $100+ like just to get stuff that used to be free. I mean, is that the way it's done? I don't know. Like maybe like we're too like as consumers online, we're too like we take things for granted. We're too privileged. Like we get so much good free shit, we expect it now. If you pay $100 and you don't get an ad like the whole year, like I'm on YouTube all the time. So I mean, I'm the guy who says, for example, like having Jeff Bezos on autoplay and stuff like this is better than an NBA. There's no fucking question. YouTube in general on autoplay is better than a college degree in terms of what you will learn. Yo, if you want to get a fucking corporate job, like I did, I don't mind telling you, and it's total shit. Like the takeaway is that the bigger the company, the bigger the fucking tool. And this is my takeaway. Like generally speaking, blue collar jobs are an order of magnitude harder than white collar jobs. People work an order of magnitude harder at blue collar jobs. White collar jobs, nobody knows what the fuck's going on. You're just sitting at your desk. There's no way to measure people, right? So this is like a theory of mine. So then you politic, right? Because at a job site, you give guys shovels and spades and shit and like do work. Like as I mentioned, I think I showed you my forklift driver license. I just got interested in trying this thing out. I like these kinds of things, right? And you got to stay busy, right? Because I found that idle time and idle hands, this thing is it really is like asking for trouble. Like it's not even the boredom. It's like you end up like just it's not good for some reason. Like you need to stay busy, right? I mean, Prophet Muhammad apparently said something like this. Now that we're talking about like recreation and this kind of thing, I might as well just throw this in there. You know, I don't like to preach. I was thinking, and I am still thinking of making videos about Islam and things like this, but you know, my wife is Christian. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I did. Colombiana in Bogota, ahora, right now. She's there right now. Her brother's having a birthday party, and he's like, "Yo, I want to, uh, I want to see all my brothers and sisters." And they're traveling from all over the world because it's been like an inordinate amount of fucking years. Yo, they're like 11 kids. Two of them unfortunately passed away. They're like 8 or 9 kids. My sister, my wife, and her two sisters, and like fuck, 5 or 6 brothers, something like this. I don't even know. This is how crazy it is. I could count them, but it's not the point. Like, what's bothering me is that I don't remember. She had one brother who died in a car accident, and what's bothering me is I can't remember like how the other brother died or what his name was and things like this. But my wife comes from a big family, and she's older than me. I don't mind saying. She doesn't support me or anything. I hope you don't get this idea. So she drives. I mean, I send her money all the time just because I like doing that. Like, if I ever have excess money, I'll just send it to her. Like $1,000 here, $500 there. Fuck it and duck it, I say. Japanese people do this. When I got married, one of my Indian friends told me the same thing. A woman should run the household finances. For some reason, it works. I don't understand why. Well, and in my wife's case, she's like something else. Like, she's like a fucking commando with the pennies. I don't know what the fuck to tell you about this thing. Like, yo, like she's got like a $5,000 bike that's years old, like stuff like this, like 20 years old, 10 years old, stuff like this. Like she by observing her, I've come up with the following. Okay, rule number one, just on a side note, I don't know anything about this stuff, but there's a couple of rules like finances. Like everyone's in trouble financially, right? If you're watching this, you probably are because you'd be doing something else, right? You'd be doing your thing, like your thing. I wanted to talk about this, like making money online, right? So your fucking thing. What's your thing? Your thing is like you're gonna find this thing and you're gonna be obsessed by it. I met some guy on the bus the other day, and he was like ripped. He looked like Iron Man. I was like fishing around in my mind for some fucking thing to tell this guy to let him know how much he inspired me. And I just talked to him straight up, and I kind of talked loud so people were listening. And I was like, "Just tell us what the fuck, yo? It's nutrition, right? 80%." And of course, he said yes. And then I started asking him about the details. Guys, I'm writing about this right now. You first of all, just forget about it and fucking exercise. Just do this thing. Just fucking exercise. Stop it. Stop it with the excuses. Exercising is more important than work. I'll say this. This is my feeling. I don't know. I could be wrong, but being healthy and being alive probably beats being rich and dead or something like this. Like, if you choose not to be healthy, or this is not a goal of yours, or live healthy, then you're killing yourself. Basically, you're gonna die earlier than you would have died, right? They say like this is tobacco. I don't think this is unhealthy. Like I'm standing here like this is like a cigar, like a cheap cigar. Like I'll buy a pack of like fucking Swisher Sweets or Phillies, or I've been saying this for years. I'll just tell you again. I don't mind repeating things. No chemicals, no carcinogens. Okay, cigarette has 50 industrial strength chemicals. I know I'm going around in circles, dear user. This is what I do. Now, 50 industrial strength chemicals, 100 carcinogens. This fucking thing, like a cigarette. I'm gonna stop right now because we're at 55 minutes. This is too much. I haven't talked about anything. I'll tell you what. I've touched on a bunch of stuff in this video. If you are interested in any of us, comment. Hopefully, I'll get to comment. I've been missing comments recently. I don't know why that is. You don't need to subscribe. I'm more interested in likes and dislikes and comments. Subscribing is not all it's made out to be. Apparentamente. Apparentamente. Anyway, have fun. Okay, very quickly, in like 3 minutes, making money online. You got to do this thing. Just like you got to exercise, you got the internet, you got to try and make some fucking money online. You got to get out of your stupid brain that spending 40 grand or 20 or 10 or 10 grand maybe, 20, 30 fucking grand for a piece of fucking paper that in my life no one person has looked at. By the way, like I really, at this point, knowing the way things are, I would suggest I could like you can get cheap degrees. You can get a fake degree. I could pop out a fucking like give me a laser printer and something. I could put together a degree. I'm pretty sure in minutes, in fucking minutes. Like if you need to do this, the real thing is: are you a good person? Do you have character? Are you going to help this company? Are you qualified? Degree is shit. I'm telling you what, like you don't. Everyone knows, and I'll tell you if you don't know, you do not remember any fucking thing you learn in university. Nothing, zero zilch. I'm serious. You don't learn shit. Okay, it's worse than that. The shit they teach you is total crap. It's total fucking crap, and you never end up working in any. Like it's total shit. The whole fucking thing I've realized is a scam. Like they say, and as is the case, they want consumers, they want employees, they want borrowers, and they want taxpayers. They, like the system, society, the banks, the way it's set up. It's not a conspiracy, it's the way it's set up. It's not good or bad, it's the way things are. Most people need a job, most people aren't going to be enterprising, most people aren't going to go out and do their own thing. I'm suggesting to you that you do your own thing. 57 minutes, 58 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm going to tell you how to make some money online. Go to Dollarama, buy a bunch of nice stuff, take some nice high-res pictures. This is key. High-res pictures. Go to ebay.com, go to amazon.com, open a seller's account. You're going to have to Google sellers. Put these fucking pictures on there and sell this shit. Look, what you say is not important. Like the listing, like the words, like da-da-da-da. Just copy that from someone. It doesn't fucking matter. Like the picture will sell this thing. If you can turn your $100 into $120, you're going to have to pay some service fees at eBay or Amazon. Guys, there are people, that's just one thing. And that's just to show you how easy it is. It's not hard. They're kids. There's a guy called Khaled Maddox. Fucking mad guy, and he's like built like an ox. Not really, but that's his name. Maddox. Look him up. He's 14. He runs like a $30 million company. ClickFunnels.com. There's a guy called Russell Brunson. $100 million company. Consulting.com. A guy called Sam Ovens. He started in consulting the same fucking time as me, like circa 2008. The guy's a fucking multimillionaire. He does like 20 million a fucking year. He went from a mom's basement in New Zealand to the top of a fucking goddamn fucking skyscraper in New York, penthouse. He's got a penthouse up there, and he's like, go to consulting.com, check this fucking guy out. He'll blow your fucking brains. If you can find him on YouTube and watch some of his videos, you'll lose your fucking gourd. Like not Steve, but Jeff Bezos. I was going to say Steve Jobs, rest in peace. Jeff Bezos scares me sometimes with his intensity and his intelligence, and he's so fucking out there, and he's such a fucking genius, and he's something else. This guy, Sam Ovens, he's a kid. He's like 10 times more intense. Yo, he looks insane. He's got this look of someone who's insane. And you get, I feel like a gay person talking about this. Like you look into his eyes and you get lost. Okay, I'm leaving. It's an hour. I've said enough. Comment me. I'll talk about something normal. I'll try and keep it real. I love making these videos. I need to talk. I got this bipolar thing. I got this fucking excess of energy sometimes. I need to let this shit out. I read. I talk. This is my therapy. I might as well say I'm a loser and I don't have friends, and so fuck. So please, like, have some mercy. Shoot me a fucking comment if you watch this. I don't know where you would watch this. Like, Google locked me out of my goddamn account. You can go again to Zaidiboy, youtube.com/Zaidiboy. Zaidiboy. If you're interested, there's more stuff like this. Otherwise, like, literally go watch a Jeff Bezos video. Like, they're very fucking cool. When you actually listen to this guy, like, they're cool, meaning like, have you thought about this? Like, why don't you spend some time online instead of porn and Facebook likes and stupid shit? You can fucking change your life. You can, yo, MBA is shit. I know this. I haven't done one, but everyone knows. They say in the corporate world, like, the guy shows up and he wants a corner office and he wants to have his feet on the desk, and they're mostly idiots like that who think that way. In in I said I'd stop. I don't want to stop. I'm just going to finish off a couple of thoughts here. Listen, guys. In college, they teach you more or less about, as it would be, they don't teach you about sales for sure. They don't teach you about entrepreneurship. Everyone's been saying this for years. They don't tell you, for example, like nowadays, the internet's all you need. Like, why would they do that? Like, why are you coming here and spending 10, 20,000? Again, I'll just say it again. 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, these kinds of people, they're making 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 40 grand a month. I make money online. I've been doing it for years. I'm not like a rich fucking guy. I'm not interested in money. I'm interested, like, I'm that guy who basically, I think I said this earlier, ask me, I'll tell you, like, send me a comment. Now, I've done ClickBank, right? So you can go to clickbank.com. You got a bunch of digital products. It's very cool, and people make millions. If you want to know, there's a course called Commission Hero. If you really want to know how it's done, just go look this guy up. There's a guy called Robbie Blanchard. Robbie Blanchard does $1 million a month, and he's got a fucking course. Like, the goddamn thing is like $1,000 course US. I got it half price. Thank God. I called these guys up. That's how you get a job, by the way. Just a little tip there. You call people, and don't call HR. You call people. Like, if you're like an engineer, you call the VP of engineering and you leave him a fucking voice message and you email him directly. That's how you get a job. Blue collar, I'm not so sure. Like, it's not that easy. You need experience and whatever, but you still talk to people. You need to get in there and call people. Sending out resume doesn't do it. Okay, so ClickBank. How to make money online. So again, you go to Dollarama. Just to show you it's possible. You go to Dollarama, you get some nice shit. You get your iPhone 12, you take some nice fucking pictures. This is key. Like, if you're doing Facebook ads or any kind of ad or something like this, like you're doing a posting, the picture is is the most important thing. The picture does everything. It sells, or it will, or it's not. Like, if your picture's good, it's almost, you can put anything in. Like, so, go to Dollarama, you get this shit, whatever stuff you like. Take some nice pictures. You don't have to be fancy or creative or do anything more than I'm telling you. You get a nice, you got your nice camera. I'm sure you take a fucking photo. eBay.com, Amazon.com, right? You open a seller's account. You might have to Google it. They may ask for a passport. I did this fucking years ago, by the way, and I'm not interested in doing it. I didn't do it like this. I used something called Price Matrix. Look it up. Yo, this fucking thing is, if I tell you about it, like, it's, you thought if you think Dollarama is a good idea, Price Matrix goes to Amazon, and then it goes to Google. It basically, wait for YouTube. Wait. So Price Matrix basically goes to Amazon, and it goes to eBay, and it will cross sell. Cross sell is not the right term, but what it does is, for example, it might find a lawn chair. It might find a lawn chair on eBay, and the exact same SKU, the same fucking product, identical on Amazon. Like, so it's on eBay and Amazon, and there's a price differential between the two. And if there's enough of a price differential, and you can and it's profitable for you. This fucking thing, like, it's unbelievable. There's a guy on YouTube, an 18-year-old kid, who was talking about this, and he made thousands of dollars, or he did at one point. He's not even doing it anymore. It's like me. I'm trying to encourage you to get online and make some fucking money. I'm trying to convince you that you don't need a degree. I have a degree. I used to work for Fortune 500s. They're just like normal. They're shit, actually. They're great companies in terms of like, okay, like, I don't know how to say this. Like, one of the things that confuses me, dear user, or is an enigma, or I wonder about, is how such dysfunctional organizations with such incompetent and unethical people create such great products. Corporations become evil as they increase in size, more or less, for the most part. That's that's something I think a lot of people think. I tend towards this thinking. Like I don't want to I don't want to say the wrong thing and like kind of like make definitive statements like this, because I've been thinking about these things. Like I mentioned, I'm thinking of going back into the software world, because I realized a long time ago that I can't just do my thing, like consulting and writing and fucking around and just being stupid. I mean, I really don't need to work, but I can't. I get in fucking trouble. Like I can't. Like, idle mind and idle hands, like this shit. It really is not it's not for everybody. Like, it does get you in trouble. It's like, to say it's the devil's workshop. I agree with this thing. I don't know what to say. I'm fucking running out of like gas here, and I said enough. Like, so basically, there's a lady I was saying. I just want to hammer home this like make money online thing. There's a lady. She's working a job. She quits, or rather, she gets pregnant. She gets time off. She says to herself, yeah, I mentioned this. I'm going to finish that train of thought. Run, Forrester! Yo, she's like, she has 9 months off or however much time. She's like, yo, I'm going to cook something every day. Then I'm going to blog about it. This lady became famous, this kind of thing. There's a girl on Twitter, like this movie Knocked Up with Seth Godin. That lady who co-wrote this movie, and I think it's that movie. I'm almost positive it's that movie. Certainly, there is a Calgarian lady from Calgary here in Canada. This lady got famous on Twitter. Like, she did it somehow. Like, I could tell you in theory how it's done. I got like a video about it, and I talk about it. And you interact with people basically who you share a common fucking interest with. The main thing for most people is you don't have a niche. A niche. What's a fucking niche? If you don't know what a fucking niche is, then like you need to find a niche, or just go to Dollarama, get a bunch of stuff, get your fucking iPhone 12, take some nice pictures, high res picture. It has to be a high res picture for Facebook ads, for any kind of online fucking ad or something. Yo, you put this stuff on eBay, you put it on Amazon. You can do this thing. It's very easy. It's not fucking hard. Like, I'll tell you what will happen, and I'll tell you why I don't do it. I was using Price Matrix. This fucking thing was selling like bullets and scopes. That's one reason I stopped doing it. Okay. Basically it goes to eBay and it'll find something, and then it just look it up. Okay, it basically will list the fucking. You don't have to do shit. It will list it for you. It will grab the picture. There's no rules against that, and it will. So the launcher is like $14.95 on Amazon, and it's like $26.95 on eBay. And there's service charges and any shipping that you may have accrued, like charges, are covered. So basically, this is called drop shipping, by the way. The software Price Matrix. So what happens is you place the order from Amazon. You put the listing on eBay. You place the order from Amazon, okay, or like your customer. Your customer will get this thing shipped from eBay, and you white label it. The customer doesn't know that like the thing comes from eBay. I mean, like, you may feel bad. Like, I'm that kind of guy. Like, I feel slightly bad. Like, fuck, am I ripping someone off? All I did. You may feel slightly bad. Am I ripping someone off? Yo, but don't worry about it. Just figure it out. Fuck. I'm telling you what, you need to get online. You need to stop making excuses and start exercising, okay? You're killing yourself. And by the way, I was going to say as well, as you get older, this goddamn thing becomes more important. People are like, oh, I used to work out when I was a kid and shit, and I used to go to the fucking forget about gyms to begin with. Listen, I used to work out. I used to this and that. I'm an old guy now, or old lady, or whatever the fuck's going on in your head. It really doesn't matter. You need to be active. My grandmother, may God raise her in degrees in the afterlife. She had a prayer that she prayed her whole life, and it came true. She said, "My prayer is that God takes me, and I'm still walking about doing my thing." And like, that was a thing. She was like famous in her neighborhood in Lahore. She would be everywhere, like shopping and doing different shit. And she was like 80 and in her 90s and stuff like that. My mom, by the way, my stepmom, my wife's mom is the same way. This is not weed, by the way. I'm just saying. I light it like a joint because I like scaring people and they think it's cool and gangsters. I'm being stupid. I'm just being silly. All right, so guys, go to Dalrama, okay? If you want to, I don't expect you to do this. First of all, nobody does stuff like good stuff. I don't know what to say about this thing. I'm a consultant, right? So what I figured out after many years is the solution is always self-evident, simple, and available, and nobody does this fucking thing. People like the drama. They don't like the fucking deal. They don't like the deal. They like the drama. They don't like the fucking result. They don't like good shit. They like drama. They like drama more than good shit and peace. This kind of thing, and we're wired that way, I suppose, in a sense, because we learn by stories, and drama is like an integral part of this fucking thing, right? Anyway, I don't think it's a good idea to be hooked on drama. I don't think so. Unless, it's children or something like this. I don't know what to say. Like, the world, like the way I see it now, like as I grow older, I'm 47. I just turned 47 in May. Dear user. I know I don't look at all this shit, whatever. I feel like a fucking kid, of course. Yo, just get on fucking eBay and do some shit. Send me a comment. Send me a fucking comment. I gotta get my butt. I've had enough of this stuff. All right, see you later. Thank you.